Hello friends, welcome back. In this session, we are going to quickly see the set of best practices that you can follow in the software engineering. It's going to be interesting and quick. First, code readability. This is a must and I request you all to write the code in a very neat way. Coding should be understandable. Whatever code you are writing should be more readable, understandable. If you write complex code, it doesn't mean that you are brilliant. It means that you are not able to present it in a way that everybody can understand. Writing complex code is easier than writing a code which you can make everybody else understand. So please make the code modular. Please add comment lines. This is something very important in the industry. The review comments are mostly given based on how modular your code is, how good you are presenting it, how much comment lines you are adding to it. All these are also making the life of the person who is going to debug it in your future. Also, you are writing the code today, you are in the company. Tomorrow, you may change your company and go to a different company, but somebody else may have to come and see the code and they may have to enhance it. They should not find it difficult. So, please write your code in a very neat way. Well, the second point, the code should work. The code should work efficiently. That's the main point. Writing correct code is important. Writing the code which works is very important. Writing the code which works efficiently is most important. You are writing the code, it meets the target, but it meets the target a little slow. It is not acceptable. Particularly in the real-time systems, you are designing an embedded system or you are designing any healthcare system which is real-time system. If there is a lag, it's going to be real trouble. So make sure that you write the code which is going to function as expected with full efficiency. Also, the memory footprint related awareness is very, very important. You need to allocate memory and release it after usage. Please do not use memory unless and until it is asked for. Ensure performance testing is done before the code is delivered and ensure the code performance in an efficient manner. Refactor. This is nothing wrong. Refactoring is one of the very important things that we need to do. It will improve the code structure. Essentially, refactoring is all about improvement of the code structure, but without changing the functionality of the code. You might have written a code where at many places we could have repeated some things. We can merge all of them into one module instead of it being separate, distributed, multiple alien modules, different modules. You should not do that. We should have modular at the same time. We should not have repeated content over the code. So refactoring is felt as waste of time by many of us. It is not waste of time. In fact, it is going to make the life of the reviewer and the further coder very easy in near future. So spend time there. It's going to help. Improve coding style and become more professional. What do you mean by that? Very simple. I'm writing good code, sir. What do you mean by more professional? There are some simple guidelines which you can follow, which can definitely make your code look and feel better. Please use the naming conventions properly. That's one of the very important things that many of us miss. The variable names, the function names, all those have to be kept in a proper way. You need to improve the modularity of the code by using more modular and reusable way of coding and avoid excessive indentation. All these will make your code look very professional. And this thing is very, very important. Version control usage. Please start learning it at the earliest stage. Nowadays, it is available for every one of us, so you can start using it. The version control, which is also referred as source control, is the practice of tracking and managing changes. You are writing a code today, you are adding something to it, it doesn't work, you need to revert to the previous version. It is very easy and possible when it comes to version control. It is just like your teacher giving you an assignment. You did the assignment and you are submitting it to the teacher. Teacher asks for some changes and you are doing the changes in the same assignment and you are showing it to her. The teacher is not happy and she is saying that the previous version itself is good, bring it. Unfortunately, you have overwritten and you do not have the previous version with you. Same case may happen with the software also. So we need to maintain and manage the versions, and that's what version control is going to give you. Also, multiple users can work parallelly. Multiple programmers can work parallelly, and they all can merge the changes without any issues. So please start using version control. Do test. What do you mean by this, sir? I mean it, you need to test it properly. You are a developer, you are writing the code, you are also going to do unit testing. Unit testing can prevent most of the bigger errors. So please pay attention and do a devil's advocate role there. It's your baby, we understand that, but still, you have to treat your baby well and your baby has to come out healthy. So please test it nice. And if you're a tester, professional tester, please write appropriate test cases. You need to really write the test cases in a very elaborate as well as understandable manner. And you can do white box, black box, gray box, or any testing, but make sure you test it right. Are you doing the right testing? Is the most important question that you need to ask. You should uncover bugs right at your place and it should not be uncovered by the customer. That's the most important point. Do test before delivery. Next is the KISS principle. What is it? It's interesting. Keep it simple and silly. This is the acronym which is used by US Navy in 1960s. They mean to say that you need to keep things very simple and silly. What do you mean by that? The idea is all about keeping your code very, very simple and concise. Make it as simple as you can. Your code should be simple, meaningful, and to the point. KISS principle will also let you maintain your code in a very nice way. Also, debugging becomes much easier wherever the code is maintained nicely. The next one is very, very important. Yagni principle. It might look a little religious with the name. It is not so. Yagni is nothing but you are not going to need it. You aren't gonna need it. That's exactly what Yagni is all about. This is simple. We are going to eliminate or curtail the unnecessary codes. Many of us have the habit of super thinking and we think that tomorrow we may need this particular functionality. So let me write a small piece of code for it. Tomorrow you may not end up in having that functionality at all. So please do not super predict and write codes. Whenever needed, we can write it. Avoid super thinking and avoid additional writing. That's the point, and that's what Yagni is all about. Well, the next one is DRY, dry. Dry is don't repeat yourself. This is aimed perfectly to reduce the repetitions and the dependencies in the code. You are writing a code and you are having multiple modules which are doing same functionalities, which is referred as repetitions here. Do not do that. Also, do not create a lot of dependencies in the code, and the dependencies have to be created with care. And if you are creating dependency to some module, that module should be handled with care. Dry is don't repeat yourself. Well, the next one is going to be monitoring and logging. What is this, sir? Whenever you are writing the code, when you are running it, we get a log of the compilation report. Please keep this report safe. This report is pure gold. When you are adding something new, if you compare the log, you'll be able to understand how much efficient your new code has performed. How much improvement have you got? Have you got any deterioration in the quality? All these can be understood very clearly with the logs. You need to capture, categorize, and analyze. Logs are pure gold. I hope the session was interesting. If you have any questions, please type it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you very much for following my channel, the content. We look forward to meeting you again. Thank you.